Bronny James is an embarrassment. Like, I'm sorry, there's no other way to say it. He is absolutely an embarrassment. Him, Rich Paul, how they're handling this entire draft process it's making a flat-out mockery of the entire league. Look, you could say, look, he's going to get drafted. Well, let's just not be naive here. He is going to be drafted next month without a doubt. Probably the Lakers, but we'll see where it happens. But it is, and he's only going to get drafted because of his last name, right? That's it. He has done nothing on the court to be worthy even entering the draft. Like, it is ridiculous that he's even entering the draft. But he is going to get drafted because of his last name and the last name only. And look, I know there are plenty of people out there who say, Ryan, nepotism happens everywhere. You hear Rich Paul talking throughout this process saying, like, nepotism, America's built on nepotism. Look, there's a difference between the Rockefeller family creating their wealth and Bronny James using his dad to get drafted. Sports is the only place in this country where it is truly still a meritocracy, right? Where you get graded, you get judged, you get rewarded or punished based on how you perform, really nothing else, right? If you win, you get praised. If you lose, you get booed and you get cut and you get traded and fans yell at you suck. Sports are different than life. And life at times cannot be compared. It is apples and oranges. So I don't want to hear the whole nepotism. Oh, it happens everywhere. Who cares? Joe and Sons. It happens there with your neighborhood construction company. The neighborhood construction company and an NBA roster are two different things. It is not one and the same. You get drafted based on your talent and your skill. Your last name is irrelevant. Plenty of great stars in their respective sports have had sons that stunk. That's okay. And it drives me, it's really frustrating, to be honest with you, that Bronny is getting treated differently than everybody else. It's really a travesty. It really is. Because not only is he going to get drafted, despite last year, in case you forgot, averaging 4.8 points per game at USC, while grabbing 2.8 rebounds, assisting 2.1 times per game. That was a terrible way to word that. I don't know why I did that. Shooting 36% from the field, 26% from three. Those numbers alone, you getting in the draft just on those numbers alone and entering the draft is ridiculous. But now, what really frustrates me is the demands now Bronny and Rich Paul are making. It's not good enough that they are going to get drafted based on being LeBron's son. Now, they got to get drafted on their terms. Rich Paul this week confirmed that Bronny will not be signing a two-way contract, meaning he's not going to the G League. If a team drafts him, you can't shuttle him back and forth to the G League. You got to keep him on the roster all year long. That's absurd. When is a guy who averaged 4.8 points per game off the bench for USC in his only year of playing above the G League? Why is he viewing the G League as Siberia? Plenty of good players in the league have gone from the G League to making respectable NBA careers, even better than respectable, good, great NBA careers. But yet this guy who can't even shoot 40% from the field now is all of a sudden too good to go to the minor leagues to improve his game that severely needs work? Like, you're not serious. At that point, you are not serious about your career, which is, again, also frustrating. Not only are you now using your last name to get you places where you should not go, you also have shown zero desire to get better, to improve. If you're any team in the league, why would you draft Bronny with him saying, I'm not going to the G League? He's telling you, I don't want to improve my game. Why would you want him? And not only is he not willing to improve his game, he's also not willing to show you what he can do. Listen to this clip from Shams, FanDuel TV, when it comes to draft workouts between now and the draft.
Bronny James has over 10 workout invites during the pre-draft process, but I'm told he's only going to visit a couple of those, and that's going to include the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns. The Suns have the number 22 overall pick in the draft. He's under consideration there among, obviously, a lot of players at 22, but it's going to come down to the development plan. It's going to come down to guaranteed money.
So now this guy is above the G League and is telling 20 to the 30 teams, go kick rocks? I'm not working out for you? You can't seem too bad? What are we doing? This is This is an absolute embarrassment that the league is letting this happen. And honestly, that LeBron is letting this happen. LeBron, to his credit, has given this game 100%. He has said on the record many times, and his play has proven it, he will retire when he can't give 100% anymore because he doesn't want to cheat the game of basketball. He has used that phrase countless times throughout his 21-year career, soon to be 22-year career. That's the reason why he's been able to play so damn long and still play at a high level. He has never cheated the game, not in a game, not in a workout, not in a practice, not in the offseason. He is 100% all in every single day, which is why he's able to be one of the greatest we've ever seen and still at age going on 40, play at an insanely high level. He has never cheated the game. But he is now allowing his son to cheat the game because Bronny is not willing to do whatever it takes to work. He's not willing to do whatever it takes to improve his game. He's not willing to open any door possible to get, a foot in the door to get himself in the league. What other career path can you close 95% of the doors open to you with zero leverage, by the way, and expect to be taken seriously? And I'll speak for myself here in radio. Radio, like sports, is uber competitive. A lot of people want to do this job. So if I went in to my first job interview out of college, and instead of saying, I'll do whatever, I'll work overnights, I'll work in the newsroom, I'll work weekends and holidays, whatever you need me to do, I just want to, have a chance here to get my foot in the door and show what I can do. Instead of saying that, I go in and say, yeah, I'm above pushing buttons for the board. I'm above sitting in the newsroom and grabbing highlights for other shows. I'm above working overnights and weekends. Yeah, not for me. You're going to hire me with no experience and no proven track record. You're going to hire me to work the afternoon drive show, or you're not going to hire me at all. Sorry, that's my terms. You hire me for the whole thing, or you don't hire me at all. They would laugh me out of the building. I wouldn't be able to even finish my sentence before I'm already out on the street. And Bronny's just so brazenly, at this point, flaunting, a last name's going to get me drafted, and I don't really care because I'm not going to do anything else to improve my name, to try to make my own path. And that is so disrespectful to every other player in the league, period, because you're taking a roster spot for granted, thinking that it's so easy to make the NBA. Number one. Number two, you're also slapping in the face every single player that has grinded their way to this league, that have played overseas, that have played 4 years in college, that have gone to the G League, that have gone to tryouts, that have gone on two-way contracts, and just worked and worked and worked until they made a name for themselves. You are making a mockery of their entire journey and of the whole league by what you're pulling off. It is sickening. Honestly, it's sickening. I don't want to hear that Bronny's a kid. He's old enough to make his own decisions. And he is clearly, by his actions, not wanting to go to the G League, only working out for two teams, telegraphing, I'm only here because of my dad, and I don't care. I got no reason or no motivation to improve. I have no motivation to make a name for myself. Honestly, I think he's just there to tell his grandkids, I'm in the NBA. Hey, would you believe this, kids? That's right, your pops here, granddad, was in the NBA, along with your great-grandfather. That's right, we both were in the NBA at the same time. Gee willikers, can you believe that? Yeah, Pops, yeah, he was a stud back in the day. Tell me one reason, show me one reason that Bronny is serious about his NBA career and not making a mockery of this entire thing. Shutting doors, making demands. No one in their right mind, regardless of the last name, is ever doing that if they were any bit serious about making a name for themselves. Because nobody in any job walks in day one and is a CEO, is the highest earner. No one does it. Everyone does it, whether it's your last name or not, through still hard work. Bronny doesn't want to do that. It's embarrassing. That's why if you're an NBA team, I don't say you could draft him. Like, he is, to me, undraftable. Undraftable. I don't care what Rich Paul says. It is what it is. We'll play this anyway. I think Rich Paul's lying through his teeth here, but just to try to be fair, Here is Bronny's agent. It is what it is podcast trying to talk about Bronny's love for the game.
Now, Bronny's in a much different position because, again, he's coming from a richness which most kids don't come from, but he also loves the game. And so he's not allowing that to affect his love and his work ethic and his drive and things like that for the game.
When your actions are what we're seeing, those words you just heard are meaningless. Absolutely meaningless. I wouldn't touch Bronny the 10-foot pole, whether it's a draft pick, whether it's free agent signing. I don't care. This is a guy that's telling you he does not care. If you don't care, I don't care. What about you, though? Would you be excited if Bronny came to your team? If your team drafted Bronny, are you excited? Comment below if you're watching on YouTube. Want to hear your thoughts. If you're watching on the podcast, Hick at Night, Night spelled Nite. Appreciate you listening there. But if I want to hear your thoughts too. So if you want to hear, have them heard, tweet me Ryan_Hickey and the number 3 on Twitter, or go on YouTube, comment in the comment section where everyone else is. Ryan Hickey is the YouTube channel name. Go there, subscribe. You can get access to more videos and have them kind of pop up here as we do put them out throughout the week and also on Sunday nights when I do host a show on the Infinity Sports Network. Free plug, 10 p.m. to 2 p.m., 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern every single Sunday night. Infinity Sports Network, SiriusXM channel 158, Odyssey app, which is also free. That's going to hear me every single Sunday, but also put a lot of stuff like this out during the week. So if you subscribe on YouTube, you'll get alerted to it and be able to see it quicker and faster. So want to hear your thoughts here. How would you react if your team next month did draft Bronny James?